Play the part and show your tits for maximum exposure. Enjoy it while it lasts and cry your heart out when it's over. You sacrifice your private life in order to get mentioned. Anything to make sure you're the center of attention. It's all about the ratings, so bleed your little
Sobby or sad about that either. It was just the truth, the reality. And the thing is, Black Cat.
Yeah, it's my cat. She always has to make an appearance. Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by
Zak from Clawfinger, the one and only.
Congratulations on the epic and awesome album. I was 36 years old the last time you released an album, so I'm getting old. It's 18 years, man.
How old was I? I was about 30... When was it released? 2007. I was 30... Yeah, I was 37.
We're all old bastards, but yeah, it's a classic. It's a kick-ass album, man. I've been listening to it shed loads. Probably going to be one of my albums of the year. So it's 18 years. So what's been happening, man? What's in that time? Why have you not released any material since?
It's more like 19 years, to be honest, but let's not go there. Well, what happened? What didn't happen? Life. I mean, when we did our last tour of 2007, at the very tail end of 2007, we already knew that we were running out of money, which happens to people all the time. The thing is, we made a living off Clawfinger from 93 onwards up until 2007, the beginning of 2008. We actually made a living off Clawfinger.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our main source of income.
Yeah.
And we could spend our days in a studio writing songs and mucking about. Once we came to 2008, we no longer had that luxury anymore. And we had to do what everyone has to do in the end, and that is find jobs.
Yeah.
And there's nothing unique about that, and there's nothing... The reality was we had to find jobs. All of a sudden, you're stuck in a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We also had kids, most of us. We'd released 7 albums. We'd done the recording, touring, guinea pig wheel thing for quite a few years. We kept on playing festivals for a few years after 2008. And then gradually, it all just sort of crumbled, I guess.
Yeah.
And... I don't know. I guess we were disillusioned, and it just felt like maybe Clawfinger would run its course.
Well,
and I think we convinced ourselves that was the case. So in 2013 we split up, and in reality we only spent 1 year not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then we got an offer from a festival in Switzerland that paid well. Motorhead and a bunch of other bands were playing. And we were like, why not? What's stopping us from doing a one-off gig or a couple of gigs here and there? And then once we did that gig, we remembered how fun it was.
Yeah.
And then other offers started coming in. And then the snowball slowly started rolling again. And then all of a sudden it was the 25th anniversary of Deaf, Dumb, Blind. And our manager said, maybe you should do a tour on that. And we were like, yeah, why not? Another year passes by. We do a few more festivals that summer. Our manager calls to have a meeting with us, and he's coming over to Stockholm. And he says, guys, if I rent a hotel apartment, would you consider writing a new song? And we were like, yeah, I mean, we could always give it a go. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And within 24 hours, we had a new song, Save Our Souls.
Right.
Not necessarily the best song we've ever written and recorded, but it came easy and we had fun. And then we did some more festivals, and then we recorded another song a couple of years later, Tear You Down. And that's when it started feeling like it was back to what Clawfinger sound like. Then we got some more festivals, and we started playing a few more festivals than we did the summer before that. And then we wrote another song because I found a beat that Yuka had made that I thought was good, and we released Environmental Patience. And then we started getting more and more festivals. Last summer we did 14 festivals all around Europe. But at some point this would have been 2022, maybe early 23, we had a Zoom meeting with our manager, and he was like, guys, I know that you've sort of been getting back into the groove of things, and I know that you have like 6-7 songs that you've written. So he was like, would you consider writing maybe 3 more and we could release an album before we all die?
Yeah, man. Because I'll tell you what it is. There you go. That's the title.
No, and that is literally where the title came from.
Yeah, sweet.
So I mean, part of it is just a joke because we're old farts.
Yeah.
And we're not going to live forever, so we better hurry up and release a new album.
Yeah.
And of course, it's also about the fact that we are ruining the one Earth we have.
Yeah, we are, mate.
We're literally tearing it apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. And when I looked at the lyrics, a lot of the lyrics I had were about how fucking dumb we are.
It's all good. I mean, I can relate to loads of it, and it's like a lot of it. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So
it's right.
It kind of the title started off as a joke, but it also fit very well with the songs we had.
Yeah. And the cover as well.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. The cover was designed to fit with the title.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so, I mean, we wrote a few more songs, and the last song we wrote was the song that became Before We All Die.
Mm-hmm.
Because I asked the other guys, shouldn't we have a song that's called the same thing as the album title? That would mean that we had 12 songs in total, which sounds better than 11. And also, it's a pretty cool name for a song. So, and then we wrote that song, and that was the last song before we had a finished album. We actually wrote and recorded that this summer. So that's like the freshest song of the bunch.
I think like my favourite song on there today, anyway, would be Ball and Chain. That actually could be my song, to be fair with you.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Yeah, but, they all hit home, yeah? But I'm going to have to ask you, and I'm going to try and rephrase this a bit differently because you'll be asked this a fucking lot. The hat as well says it all, scum.
Yeah.
That's gone straight for corrupt leaders, especially the orange one. So I'm going to ask you this, and hopefully no one will ask you this question, right? Do you ever worry one of them, as in Mr. Trump, might actually listen to this and think it's a love song?
Well...
I love
with his narcissistic, twisted, arrogant, corrupt mind, that is actually possible. I haven't thought of that, but yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to make it different.
He could very well take it as a compliment. That's true.
He very well could, absolutely.
That's a bit worrying, actually.
I don't feel like a bit about having a small cock, like, but otherwise. He might do. But also, Big Brother, that's very, very telling. And yeah, it calls out fake fame. I mean, 19 years ago then, it wasn't so bad, was it? But like now, today and yesterday, for instance, they're just banging on about fucking Beckham. Who cares about Beckham? You've got real world problems going on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Funnily enough, that lyric was originally written for the 2007 album.
Really? And it's...
but we never found the right music for it. So I sort of put it aside and thought to myself, I have to keep these lyrics somewhere where I don't forget them, because I don't want to... I'm not one of those guys who is very often... I'm quite self-critical when it comes to lyrics. So it's not very often I'm pleased with lyrics. But that was actually one of those lyrics where I thought I was spot on.
Yeah.
That sounds weird to say, but anyway.
Full of brainless people dreaming, so play the part and show your tits for maximum exposure. Enjoy it while it lasts and cry your heart out when it's over. You sacrifice your private life in order to get mentioned. Anything to make sure you're the center of attention.
So that's 2007. That's 19. But I mean, obviously the television program Big Brother already existed back then.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, it could be about the Beckhams or Paradise Hotel or whatever. There's so much crap out there. And there are so many people out there who believe that just because they get seen, that what they've done amounts to something. And that's just not true. Because most of those reality shows and most of those people have got fuck all to say about anything.
I know.
And all they want to do is get drunk and shag.
Yeah. Do you know what it is as well? Do you ever do this? Because you're just a little bit older than me. You look in the paper or something, and such is famous and is a superstar for being on I'm a Celebrity, and you're like, who the fuck is this? Who?
No, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
no,
all
absolutely.
the time. Drives me mad.
It happens a lot, and some of it you see so much that you learn who it is, and some of them just like, huh? No, it's I mean, and people will do what they want to do, and I don't want to slag anyone specifically off unless it's someone with orange skin.
Bless him.
But but all these other people, they're just people trying to find themselves, trying to make some sense out of things. Obviously, they're not quite there yet, and bless them in some ways.
Yeah, exactly.
And in some ways, you stupid bastards. Can't you think of something better to do with your time? It's.
Totally, man. I'm going to ask you this one. This is a bit of a cheeky question, right? Going down like Titanic. Who in the band is the iceberg, and who is the sinking ship, and who's the drunk guy stealing the lifeboat?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Well, I would say that our guitar player Board is probably the one steering the ship, trying to keep it afloat. Because he's kind of the guy that keeps us glued together, because we're a dysfunctional bunch of bastards. The keyboard player is probably the guy in the band on the boat refusing to stop playing,
right?
Just because he enjoys it so much. I'm probably the guy who's already in a lifeboat. Because I've realised that this ship is fucking going down. And our drummer and bass player, I don't know, they're probably standing with our keyboard player playing as well.
Class. All right. I try not to usually go too much into the songs so much like I have there. So I'm going to go a bit further now. So what about the coming year? When this album gets released, do you plan to do like live streaming or something with your fans, sort of going through the tracks that are on the album? Have you got those sort of ideas?
Good idea. I mean, if someone suggests it, then and I'll do it gladly. We're not very good with streams and all that kind of stuff. I'm quite decent at updating our social media with old stuff and new stuff, and I try to upload stuff on YouTube every now and then. But beyond that, I'm by no means a social media wizard. I do it because it's so convenient these days compared to, I mean, in the old days, I would try and answer fan mail.
Right.
Stamps, envelopes, go to the post office. And then it got to the point where we got more letters than there was time to reply.
Yeah.
But these days it's so easy with Facebook or Instagram. Someone writes a comment, I can answer it in 30 seconds.
And it's good you do that, man, because some bands just ignore it. Some don't.
I know they do.
That's good that you do that.
I mean, but it depends on what level you're on. I can understand that Metallica don't do it. Because they would be there 24/7, 365. They would be there the entire time doing nothing else. But on our level, it's very doable.
Yeah,
cool. And it's fun because you get immediate reactions.
Yeah.
I have no idea if they know who's actually answering. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Right.
But I enjoy it, and it's a way of staying in touch with fans, and fans are pretty bloody important. So, you know, it's... And also, it's... We've been doing this long enough that it's also fun to backtrack, dig out stuff from the Clawfinger crates, and be nostalgic about things as well.
Yeah.
You know, I have no problem with nostalgia.
No.
Obviously, it's more fun if you're also moving forward with something else. But
yeah,
nostalgia it can be a good laugh, and we try to be. Our humour is quite low. We're not.
I love your humour. Always have.
We're not very stuck up about things, and we realise we're a bunch of twats making music. You know, it's not rocket science. It's a bunch of boys who love music and love drinking beer.
Yeah, man. I've still never understood the polished turd. I've never seen a polished turd. Have you ever seen a polished turd?
No, I mean, there are a lot of people who have tried.
I know a lot of people that are turds, but yeah.
But no, I've never seen anyone succeed.
Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into the tracks because the album's not going to be released for a little bit. If Clawfinger then were a cult, what would the initiation ritual be?
It wouldn't be anything fancy. It would be sitting around with a bunch of boys, drinking beer, talking about music, listening to music loudly, and getting very intoxicated. I don't think it would be more advanced than that, to be honest.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, that sounds like a good Saturday night, if you ask me.
It does, man. It does. It does. So what about then if the new album came with a warning label, you know, like back in the 80s and 90s, what would it say on the front of your new album?
Actually, it does have a warning label. And the warning label, for those who look closely, is our previous album.
Right.
The cover of our previous album.
Okay.
Because that was literally a warning sticker. It was the parental advisory.
Yeah.
So it's actually on there in the corner. Life or Clawfinger. So that's what it would say.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more worse things than a Clawfinger album out on the internet, yeah, these days, totally. And talking about
I mean, if you're offended by your explicit lyrics, then maybe we're not the band for you. But in 2026, I feel like the word fuck maybe isn't the biggest problem we have.
Nope, absolutely not. And of course, that was my next question. Really, with what's going on in this crazy world today, even recently, are you already writing for the next album?
We are not that structured. There have been people asking if there will be a new album and if it will take 19 years as well. It feels like we've sort of fallen in love with writing and playing again. Mm-hmm. I mean, we never fell out of love with it completely, but there were some years where it felt more like work.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're back in a good place now. I would like to imagine there will be a new album. Whether or not that will be in 2 years, 5 years, a year and a half, I know not. But I don't think it will take 19 years, if there is one.
Mm-hmm. I think we might all be dead by then.
Exactly. You never know. Could get run over by a truck tomorrow.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's why you got to live for today. All right. Yeah. And so before we die, what's the one truth you want carved into Clawfinger's tombstone? Something future archaeologists, when they find this tombstone, what would it read?
Oh, got to think of something deep and meaningful now. I haven't got a clue.
There we go. I haven't got a fucking clue.
It seems like they weren't completely deaf, dumb, and blind. I don't know what it would say. These guys seem like they almost had a clue. I don't know. They're dead now. Long live Clawfinger. Yes. I don't know.
So for your career going back, I mean, you did tour with Alice in Chains, and various other bands. How difficult was it to sort of like win over their crowd, or were they sort of like amenable?
It was very easy because already when we went out on tour with them, we sort of had a buzz going.
Right.
The album, I think, had charted in Germany and Austria and a few other territories. And once that happens, other territories become curious and start catching on. And then we won that was later though. But we were already sort of happening. And that was, it was mostly luck because we came at the right time, playing the right kind of music without having a clue that it would become like a popular or a trend. No, I mean, it was easy. Both the Alice in Chains tour and the Anthrax tour were just, were just amazing, positive experiences.
Yeah.
And some nights we saw as many Clawfinger t-shirts in the Anthrax crowd as we saw Anthrax t-shirts. And a lot of the time we had crowds as good as theirs. So, we were really lucky once again with the timing and with the kind of music we played.
Yeah.
I wish I could say we planned it and we knew what the fuck we were doing, but we didn't. It was just a coincidence because we all came from slightly different styles of music, but found middle ground and found a way to sort of combine our different genres.
So, like where you've had this break for all those years, you've gone back to like me and your normal job. Have you like ever, I don't know, been like working and someone's been really rude to you and you've sort of like wanted to turn around and say, do you realise who I am? Have you ever had that sort of attitude or years? Because I mean, you were a mega star in the back in the days.
But that was back in the days.
Yeah.
I know what you're getting at, and
I'm trying to say, yeah.
No, I know what you're trying to say, and I've certainly, at some point, at my most frustrated, I've most certainly thought that thought, but I've never said it, and I also do try and separate between my job and the band, because I'm not at my job as Zak from Clawfinger.
No.
The people who know, but they know I'm not there as the guy from Clawfinger. So I try and separate them. With that said, not a day goes by without me in one way or another being reminded of the fact that I'm Zak in Clawfinger. We've done it for, our first album was released in 93. That's quite a few years ago. We've released 7 albums, soon 8 albums. We've created some sort of legacy. Whether or not people like us or not, that's a whole different question. But, we've done something that has amounted to something.
Yeah.
That means that there are people out there who really love what we do.
Absolutely.
And that's precious, and that's something that's never going to disappear completely, and that's a really nice feeling.
Of course.
Yeah. But then you start thinking about what that actually means, and the amount of work you actually have to put in.
Yeah.
And the amount of gigs we would have to do in order to make a living from it.
Yeah.
And I think now that would probably kill us. Going out, doing the club tour thing, like 170 gigs a year. We're not 25 anymore.
No, sleeping in hotels and all that lot. Yeah, it drains you, man.
Sleeping on a nightliner most of the time.
Drains you, man.
It's a lovely bubble to be in.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, it's amazing, but it's also pretty hard work.
Of course it is.
It takes its toll.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm not sure I would want to do it full time again.
Right.
The nice thing about doing what we're doing now is when we do go out and play, we're hungry every time.
Of course.
Because we don't play every bloody day.
Yeah.
Weeks can pass, a month can pass. It can be every weekend during the summer, but it's still 6 days in between. So you have time to kind of rest up and get that hunger back.
Yeah, it makes it.
And I quite enjoy that because it means you don't have to start faking shit.
Yeah, it makes it more special for you, I guess.
It does. Yeah. And none of us want to fake shit. You know, that's not where we're at in our lives. I mean, I never want to fake shit, but of course I have. There have been times when I have had to fake parts of what I do because in reality I was just fucking knackered.
Yeah, can imagine.
But I mean, nobody wants to fake stuff. It's not fun.
Can you give me then 4 words to describe the new album?
Angry, bitter, disillusioned, and humorous.
Yeah, definitely all of those words. Hopefully then you're going to do a tour or play some festivals here in the UK. Have you got lined up?
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know if you realise this, but we have never once played a festival in the UK.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know that. Yeah.
In our entire career.
Yeah.
Not even when we were hot shit for a minute.
I know that. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Actually. I was hoping maybe download or something. That'd be good. Yeah.
I mean, put it this way, we would love to.
Yeah.
The second thing is there's also an economical reality. Going over to the UK for one-off gigs with the offers that most promoters are willing to pay hardly even covers our touring expenses. So there's just the reality of of economics. It's really fucking boring.
Yeah, I realise that.
And the next question is there a big enough of a demand for it to even be worth it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all fine and dandy to play for the people who come.
Of course.
But if there's not enough people and there are not enough tickets sold, then it becomes hard for everyone.
Of course.
And, there are just so many questions that we don't really have answers to.
I know.
But if we got a decent offer, of course I would play, and I would love to play a festival like Download. But we're not going to pay to play,
Of course not. No.
We're way beyond paying to play.
Of course. Absolutely, 110%.
And that's just the sad reality. But you never know, stranger things have happened.
On the back of this album, when it comes out, hopefully, it might happen. You never know.
You never know. You really don't.
I love it though, and honestly, I've been up in Newcastle, working up in Newcastle there, and I've been listening to it all the way back on the tram bus, and it's fucking awesome. So I want to thank you for that.
That's lovely to hear.
It's all right, mate. You're welcome. And honestly, I have been following you since I was 22, 23. And so, and you sort of like bands sort of go out of you and then it comes back and it's like, fuck. So I've gone back to my old albums and everything. So it's great.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words then for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Oh, final words. I don't know. Be cool. Be yourselves. Keep on keeping on. Do you. Fuck what other people think. Don't care too much about what other people are doing or saying. Just do your thing.
It's surface without purpose, it's depth without a meaning. It's primetime television full of brainless people dreaming.